Welcome to the Crypto Boss Ninja channel. A day late, but you know what? I did tell you guys in the Telegram group I was going to go live today versus tomorrow, or yesterday. So if you guys were in there, you guys would have known, you would have gotten the word about it. Let me get everything set up. We're going to go do a normal live stream and go from there. So I'm going to get it set up on TikTok, and then go from there. So the date is April 7th. April 7th. Add a live goal. So hopefully you all are having a good, what is today? Sunday? Hopefully you all had a great weekend. I know the Spring Football League, the UFL, is back. So I'm excited about that. And I don't know. But anyways, let's kind of look at the charts and see where Bitcoin wants to go next. I haven't been doing nearly as much trading recently, and the trading I have been doing has been longer term trading, and I do mean longer term, like even longer than the 30-minute time frame, which I was trading earlier. So, with that being said, let me get this up. Fear and Greed Index up here. Right now, we are at 76 on the Fear and Greed Index. We are in extreme greed. Anything, I believe, above 70 is extreme greed, so take that with a grain of salt. Just be cautious in your trading if you are doing any, and if you're investing, you don't want to invest when it's extreme greed. You want to invest in the red. And personally, I love investing when it's below 10. I didn't do any of that, but in the next bear market, I will be buying when this thing goes back below 10. The few times it has been below 10, that's basically given the bottoms for Bitcoin in the bear market. So take that as you want. So right now, here's what's going on the weekly time frame for Bitcoin. I am going to record this, so let me just start doing that really quick. And so right now for Bitcoin, the stock RSI is in a downtrend on the weekly time frame, but I like this. I like where the 3 days at on the stock RSI. It is oversold, making a higher low. You basically just went sideways with maybe a little consolidation down, but for the 3-day chart, that's in my opinion just sideways motion. And because you made that sideways motion on the 3-day chart for Bitcoin and for crypto overall, but definitely for Bitcoin, that's a bull pennant that formed because we basically went sideways. Yes, we went from the highs of 73,310 down to around 60,000. The lowest was, around that $60,000 area, but, going down $12,000, you didn't really dump, is what I'm trying to say, on the 2-day time frame, on the 3-day time frame. So the 2-day time frame is also oversold, making a higher low. The daily chart right now, it's kind of struggling. It's probably going to make a lower high, but again, you're still in this bull pennant. That's a lower high, but you made a higher low. So you're making higher highs, or higher lows and lower highs. That's what a bull pennant is. So that flag right there did not play out, but still the bigger picture is that you're in the bull pennant. So I would basically say, as long as you hold the weekly support at 65,500 and do not lose that, I'm bullish. Today, Bitcoin made another weekly candle close, and we closed the weekly candle above 65.5, which is what I wanted to see. That's a really, really good sign. And now, really, I want to see us hold that support, but also I want to see you hold this last low. If Bitcoin loses 64,250, that's a sign to be extremely bearish, because that'd be a lower low, and that would basically be negating the bull pennant, and then you'd be dumping to probably the weekly support down here at, their weekly support 65.5, but then you'd be going down to 60,600, and then below that probably 57K, and then below that 49,186 is my next massive weekly support. So that's what I don't want to see. I don't want to see Bitcoin lose 64,250 or 65.5. If you stay above both those levels, I believe that the longer term price action is in play around $105,000 for Bitcoin, which is probably after the halving, obviously, because the halving is in less than 2 weeks, but it also would probably mean that that'd be a 3 to 6 month price outlook. So $105,000, if you hold 65.5, is plausible in the next 3 to 6 months. So that's what I like. Longer term. The smaller term price action, let's kind of go look at that. The 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin right now is overbought, making to me the 4-hour time frame that's a lower high. The previous high last time was completely overbought was 71,582. You made a high around 70,400. But overall, again, the 2-day and 3-day are making higher highs and higher lows, so I really like that or higher lows, I should say. So I like what I'm seeing. The 4-hour chart does need to come back down, probably to the bottom of the channel, which if you're going to be bullish, you have to make a higher low. So if Bitcoin can hold 67K on the 4-hour time frame, that's really a good sign for the bulls. The 1-hour chart is also making a higher low, so it's likely that Bitcoin continues to the upside here on the higher time frames. So really what I'd be looking for to wrap things up for this update, if I go back, I'd be looking for Bitcoin to hold this last local low at 64,250, and if you can make a higher low above 64,250, it's likely that Bitcoin is going to make a new all-time high super long term. So we'll see what happens, but I'm more bullish than bearish on the 3-day, on the 2-day, and on the weekly time frames. The daily still looks good to me as well. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. If you guys have requests for other altcoins, let me know in the comment section below, and I will look at them. But that is my update for Bitcoin. I believe if Bitcoin holds 64,250, makes a higher low, we are going to go above all-time highs and eventually to 105,000. The measure move, or these break up 68% of the time. Even on the higher time frames like the 2-day chart, these still break up 68% of the time. So it's likely 68% chance Bitcoin hits the target. We'll see what happens, but that is my update for Bitcoin. More bullish than bearish as long as you hold 64,250. So Bitcoin holds 64,250 and gets a bounce, makes a higher low, then it's likely a lot of altcoins would do the same thing and continue in their uptrend. I'm still investing in Atom coin. I'm still investing in that. I think my average buy-in is basically right here at 10.97, so I'm basically still at break-even on Atom, and I'm still holding my BOEM in the leverage trade and also in the investment. So those are what I'm doing right now. My leverage trade on BOEM is only 3x, so it's not very much. But I have a leverage trade of 3x on BOEM, and I also have an investment in BOEM. But most of my money investing is in Atom because I can stake it. But that's kind of what's going on right now. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know, and I will look at them. But we are live on YouTube as well. Also, we have a Patreon if you guys want to help support that. Link to join that is in the description below. I do post Bitcoin updates and trade setups every day, so join that if you guys are interested. But that's kind of what we're looking at right now for the crypto markets. Wow, it is like maybe there's no one here because it's not a day I usually go live, but this is kind of bad. So someone thoughts on Pepe? Do you mean is that a new coin, or you just mistyped it? P-E-P-Y. I don't know. P-E-P-Y. I mean, I guess I can see if I see it on here. Otherwise, I'm not going to give you much data on it. Is it on Solana? Good lord, that chart looks horrible. If this is what you're talking about, the chart looks horrible. I mean, the market cap's 277,000, so I don't even know why I'm wasting my time looking at this. Yeah, the chart looks horrible. I'm not gonna do. I mean, I can't really do TA on that. There's really nothing to look at on that shit coin. I'm sorry. I'm not looking at a $300,000 market cap coin. Especially considering the fact it's definitely a meme coin. If it was some kind of utility coin that had a micro market cap, then I would think there's a possibility it could recover, but that looks horrible. That's like down 99% from the highs. That's insane. No. Thought on Base? Base is a legit coin that I will look at compared to whatever shit we just... That was a disaster. So I can't even chart Base on here? Maybe I can on here. So Base, this is a better chart to look at. $11.5 million market cap. That's much more respectable. Let's look at the 4-hour chart for Base, and I'll go full screen. So to me right now, let me just see really quick. Well, that is a cup and handle. I don't know. There we go. This is what I wanted. That's a cup and handle on Base protocol right now. It's probably going to go a little bit higher, but at some point you want to see this flag out. I'm trying to project what I believe will happen on this. These break up 68% of the time. Then when it does go up a little bit more and then flag out, if this happens, you take it from the last local high to the last local low, and you get your measure move. Since this price action hasn't happened yet, I'm projecting it will happen. Your measure move is a new all-time high above up to 35. We'll see what happens. Base looks really bullish to me. I know that it's a exchange where you can swap assets across all kinds of chains, such as Ethereum, Solana, AVAX, all the chains you can think of. You can do it on here, or at least most you can. So I believe this is going to boom to the upside. I believe that's what this is. Let me know if I'm wrong. So to me, you know, I believe this is going to do pretty well longer term. So yeah, that's what I'm projecting on Base Protocol. Thank you for that request. Peppy Pay, I'm scared to look at that. Thank you for the follow. SYNC. Sync is on MEXC, so Sync I will look at. So I'll remove the drawings on here and start from scratch. Okay, so weekly support or daily support, resistance is right above 8 cents. And you have daily support at half a penny, or whatever that is, a tenth of a penny. You have more support down there, and you have local resistance that you can't get above now 3 different times. So you got above it, but now you're getting rejected back off of 2.7 cents. So if you don't get back above 2.7 cents, it's likely you continue back to the downside, and it kind of looks like you get rejected there. So my guess is the next support is 0.00851, which is another 50% down on Sync. But these shit coins on MEXC are very volatile, so it's very likely you do go lower on this. Would I buy this? Absolutely not. Not financial advice. The daily chart has more downside to go as well. The 12-hour chart has a little more downside. The 8-hour has a little more downside as well. The 6-hour chart has more downside. The 4-hour chart is almost oversold, but has more downside. And on these shit coins, I would be very cautious. Very, very cautious. 2-hour chart says you're good, but to me these are too high risk to even want to play. Even though they're not leveraged, I just wouldn't touch it. The smaller time frames are below the 200-day moving average. I don't like that. It's likely you come back down to this next support, and it is that simple. You know, these are coins I would personally not touch or trade, but that's just me. You can't, if you don't get, you know, you have to get above these you have to get above this 200-day moving average. You can't do that. You're just going to keep seeing more downside. The higher time frames suggest you do go lower. Anything's possible. The 2-day chart has a little more downside as well. So to me, this is something I wouldn't touch, but, you know, that's just a good accumulation zone if you believe in whatever this is. I don't know what it is. Would be that support down there at 0.0087. Not financial advice, but, you know, if you believe in this long term, I guess that would be where I would accumulate. I would not touch this shit, but you know, what is the market cap right now on this is like 42 million. Okay, actually that was gonna be a lot lower, so maybe investing, you know, that could be a legit project then, but I don't know what it is. So CAPO, thank you for the likes as well. CAPO is on Bybit. Okay. Well, it looks like this is in a massive downtrend on the weekly time frame, so I don't know why you would want to hold this, but you know, the chart looks horrific. This thing was over 1.5 cents at one point. The all-time high, at least on MEXC, or on Bybit I should say, was 1.7 cents, 1.8 cents, and now you're like probably 8% of a penny or less. It's down, let me just see, it's down like 97% from the all-time high, but we'll look at it. Again, this is one, I don't know, you guys sure find the worst charts out there to buy. If anything, I don't want to short this. The 3-day chart has more downside. The 2-day chart is trying to get the bounce, I'll say that, but daily's making a lower high. I don't like that. The daily absolutely has to get back above that resistance up there at 9.6. If you don't do that, you're going to see more downside, and the daily chart suggests that doesn't happen because you're overbought, making a lower high. 2-day chart has gas, I guess. 12 hours cooked, 8 hours cooked, 6-hour chart is cooked, 4-hour chart is overbought, 2-hour chart is also overbought. Trying to get above the 200-day moving average. That's a good sign, at least on the smaller time frames. So your next resistance is 0.00096 as far as my eye can see. You know, it is pretty much that simple. And you got rejected there 1-2 times. You did get above it for a short while, but then pretty much came back down a few days later. So really, if you break one penny? If you break 1 penny, I could see a lot more upside coming, or 1/10 of a penny, or whatever it is. 0.001, I could see more upside coming. If you break that, I could see the next resistance being 35% of a penny. So that's what I'm looking at on whatever this is, Capo project. If you guys, I did go over Bitcoin. If you guys want to rewatch it, I will be posting it to YouTube after the live stream, or you can just go watch the live stream and rewind back. But right now, Bitcoin looks good to me on the higher time frames. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Thoughts on near? I don't know what arc block is. Let's go look at near, I guess. USDT.P. I know that this is on MEXC, so I'll look at near on MEXC. By the way, today is Sunday, so I'll be back live tomorrow as well at 7 p.m. Central Time. So literally in less than a day, I'll be back live again. So near on the weekly needs to come down. The 3-day chart. So this is a high enough market cap project that I would definitely trust this a lot more than the last few projects we've looked at. Thank you for actually giving me a legit coin that I actually, like, I could trust a TA on this because it's been around long enough, and the TA has been respected every time, or at least it's been respected most times, just like Bitcoin's been respected most times. These other shitcoin projects that we've been looking at, no offense, but like Sync, like I don't trust the TA on that. I mean, TA will probably play out on it, but I wouldn't trust a. I would much rather trade near than that. I mean, that's just me. So really, you're flagging out on near, making a bull flag, and if you lose this last local low here at 575, it's likely you're going to dump further. So you could probably enter a trade on this. Not financial advice, with a stop loss at 575, a take profit of 1349. That's not really a bad trade setup in my opinion. Also, the 3-day chart is making a higher low. The 2-day chart is making a higher low. The daily, looks good to me. This could be, a really good trade setup. I might even post this to my trading group. But I like this. I like NIA right now. I'll post this to my trading group. So I just gave you guys a free awesome trade. So, I mean, that's just what I've been looking for on near. If you hold 575, it's likely 1350 is incoming. It's really that simple. Don't overthink it. Don't overtrade. I would trade this spot, no leverage, because I'm tired of using leverage. It hasn't gone very well for me. So that's what I would do. And to me, that's a beautiful trade, in my opinion. I'm going to add this to my watch list just to see what happens with it. So thank you for that request. That is a pretty good trade setup, in my humble opinion, if I don't say so myself. I mean, like, you're risking what? Right now, the price is basically $7. You're risking... You could even have your stop loss right there at 593. You're risking 15% to make 92%, or 90%. That's a pretty good R&R in my opinion. 92% divided by 15 is that's a 6-to-1 R&R. I mean, if you lose that trade 6 times on this, and then you win it on, or if you lose that trade 5 times and then you win it on the 6th time, you'll be at break even. So to me, I like that trade setup, but that is just me. That's just me. That actually looks like a very good trade to me. I don't know what's the ticker for Arc Block. So I'm gonna keep the stream pretty short because I'll be back live tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Time in about 21 hours. So I'm not gonna go live super long today. Also, I don't think many people expect me to go live today, so that's why we're not getting much of a turnout. But if you have the ticker for Arc Block, I can look at that really quick. ABT. Oh, this is on Coinbase? Really? This is on Coinbase? Yo, what? Weekly? Oh my god, the weekly's oversold, making a higher low. This could be a... What's the market cap on this? ABT. This is like super interesting. Now I'm intrigued. ABT. Market cap is $2.25 billion market cap, but it looks like it's just booming. 3-day chart's getting ready. 2-day chart's overbought, but you're making a new all-time high, so that's a really good sign. Dailies, again, overbought as well, but again, you're making new all-time high, so like whatever. To me, I'd wait for a pullback on the higher time frames. Weekly says you're about to rip, though, on this. So, you know, who knows what's going to happen. But this thing is popping. I have no idea what it is. I don't know why it's popping. Market cap is decently small still, so to me, there's a chance this keeps ripping. Your next measured move, which you're probably going to hit right here, is $3.30 on ARC block. This is one that I will probably have it on my radar now, so thank you again. Second solid request of the night. I did not want to do that. Add to watch list. So it looks legit. I think it's extended, so I'd be patient. I wouldn't touch it right now, but this is on my watch list. And I'll leave it at that. I'll watch it, and if something happens crazy with it, I'll talk about it. But right now, you probably go up a little bit higher, up to 330. But longer term, weekly chart is ready to keep going up, but like the daily and 2-day need to come back down. So I'd wait for that. When those reset, and if you make another higher low above $1.40, then maybe it's time to really think about investing or at least trading it. But ARC block looks good to possibly go up to 330 short term, but like I'd wait for a pullback on the daily or the 2-day, and then get in on that, get in on a higher low, and then ride the weekly up. So not financial advice, but anyways, numbers protocol is about to rip. And what is that? NMR? No, I don't know what numbers is. So anyways, thank you for the follow, Will. Near. I think we already looked at near. So anyways, I'll be back live tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Time. Until then, trade safe. Have a great rest of your weekend, even though it's almost over. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for our live stream. It will be at 7 p.m. Central Time tomorrow, as far as I'm aware. If anything changes, I'll let you guys know in the Telegram. Until then, trade safe. Have a great week, and I'll see you guys in about 21 hours. Oh, I'm also going to go post this. The Bitcoin update to my YouTube. So if you guys were asking about me going over Bitcoin again, just watch this. It'll be on my YouTube by 10 o'clock p.m. Central Time. So it'll probably be up in like 5 minutes, realistically speaking, though. Thank you also for thank you for the likes, and thank you for the new members also on TikTok. Appreciate that. Alright guys, that is all I got, and I'll be back live tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Time. Alright, so BTC update. And if you guys have requests for altcoins that you want me to do videos on as well, let me know, because I need to start posting some of that. All I've been posting on my YouTube recently is like Bitcoin updates and going live, so I kind of want to start posting altcoins again. I'll probably do a video on Jasmine tomorrow. Maybe. But it's not doing much, so I don't know. So give me altcoins to post tomorrow, and I'll look at them. But yeah. So new protocol is the daily's kind of I don't like where the daily's at on the RSI, but this does look bullish to me, like on the 2-day. Yeah, that measured move is a roughly about 38 cents on NMR. I do like that as well. That does look bullish to me. Alright guys, that's all I got.